I wasn't sure what I expected when my friend Jack suggested breaking into the infamous torture chamber said to exist somewhere in the woods behind our homes. My parents always warned me not to venture too close, but like most kids in our subdivision, we wanted to experience something truly chilling. As 12-year-old boys, we felt invincible. Excitement swelled inside me, mixed with nervous energy I couldn't suppress. I grabbed my backpack, packed with essentials like flashlights and snacks, ready for anything. Little did I realize this adventure would change us forever. We followed twisting paths until reaching a clearing filled with towering trees. Beyond lay an eerie structure shrouded in vines and overgrown bushes. Jack produced a crowbar hidden beneath his coat, and I handed him my own trusty pocket knife. With determination etched onto both our faces, we approached the front door of the ominous abode. It looked rickety, yet secure enough to keep something valuable inside. That must explain its purpose. Our hearts racing, we pushed forward. As we entered, I noticed strange markings etched into the stone floors. It resembled an unknown language, perhaps left by previous occupants. Yet I found myself hesitantly drawn closer to examine them. Each line seemed deliberate and carefully placed. Suddenly our flashlights illuminated the room in an unnatural way, highlighting deep grooves along the wall panels, similar to the scratches you see on public restrooms from misbehaving students. Only these weren't harmless pranks from bored minds. Upon closer inspection, I realized those were probably made by victims struggling to find freedom from imprisonment. Cold sweat trickled down my back, threatening to paralyze me. Fear grasped me tighter than I imagined possible, but somehow I managed to remain upright. Jack signaled to move further into the depths of the chamber. I reluctantly followed, unsure whether staying put or leaving presented greater danger. Rooms stacked atop rooms revealed various torturous devices, including shackles attached to hooks from ceiling rafters, whips hanging neatly near walls, a cage large, and other equipment best left undiscovered. The sight was enough to make even the strongest stomach turn sour. My heart pounded painfully within my rib cage as thoughts of being trapped here alone filtered through my mind. But I had no time to think. We had barely begun this journey. Advancing deeper, we found ourselves face to face with the source. A prison cell locked tight underground. Its metal bars gleamed menacingly in the dim light from my lantern, warning any foolish soul who got too close. Suddenly, Jack yelped out in agony as a sharp object pierced his right foot, sending blood splattering across the cold stone floor. Both of us frozen in terror, eyes wide open, waiting impatiently for whatever came next. We didn't know what to expect beyond what our limited knowledge could conjure up. Seconds ticked away like hours. Just then, Jack cried out again, this time louder as a heavy weight slammed into his torso. The air thickened around us, suffocating. Panic engulfed every fiber in my body. Whatever happened next, I wouldn't survive if I remained motionless. Without thinking twice, I pulled hard at the rusty lock holding the cell gate shut, eventually ripping it free with all my strength combined with sheer adrenaline. Panting heavily now, I shoved open the gates, hoping nothing emerged to attack us. Swept by relief, I turned to assist Jack. Instead, I discovered a trap set by some malevolent force. My best friend lay curled in a ball nearby, convulsing violently. Paranoia consumed me, making everything feel surreal, questionable. Why would such evil exist? And what if we never escaped? I cradled Jack, trying desperately to understand the cause of seizures. His body trembled relentlessly, almost rhythmically, as though responding to some infernal beat only it and darkness shared. Struggling to maintain my sanity, I gazed into surrounding corners for clues, anything that could aid us in escaping unscathed. Alas, my search led me to another prisoner whose remains lay scattered in one corner, half decayed already. Was Jack afflicted by a supernaturally transmitted disease or cursed? All we knew for certain was the horror awaiting anyone foolish enough to explore this forbidden place. The more I considered options, the less optimistic about saving Jack became my fractured mind. He still writhed in spasms, as if fighting against the invisible entity that dared claim control over him. Would I follow suit soon? Or would fate be kind and liberate us before total enslavement? In life, uncertainty is a constant presence, often unwanted, that tests our resolve, faith, and courage. Such predicaments strip away all pretenses and reveal our true nature. Moments dragged on endlessly as I watched helplessly, my fear transforming into despair. Then, unexpectedly, Jack stopped convulsing and gradually regained consciousness, eyes slowly focusing on me and the gruesome surroundings. Realization dawned upon him just as quickly as comprehension registered in my own mind. We needed to get out of there immediately, abandon the secrets of the prison. There existed little value in risking 2 lives versus exposing some mysterious, long-forgotten legend. Trembling legs moved first, carrying us toward the exit while attempting to block out memories of the macabre prison. With each step closer to freedom, the oppressive atmosphere began dissolving, offering hope once thought lost. Emerging into daylight, we collapsed onto fresh grass blades, gasping hungrily for clean air, as though it represented salvation itself. Reality rearranged priorities, placing value on elements previously taken for granted. A newfound appreciation developed, making us forgetful teens transformed into wary young adults capable of understanding consequences. Our reckless behavior gained perspective after such a narrow escape from malevolence cloaked in mystery. Sometimes, the bravest action lies not in confrontation, but rather retreat. Acceptance of limits human understanding can encounter within existence's dark expanse. Thus ends the tale of our harrowing experience within an abandoned prison. A night forever etched into our souls as a cautionary reminder. As for the dark secrets hidden deep below those barren earth-warm hills, they remain shrouded in obscurity, guarded by forces unknown. Though our curiosity may persist, none shall tempt fate carelessly ever again. Perhaps someday, when wisdom has fully matured us into responsible adults, we might revisit this eerie site with better preparations, and perhaps discover answers to baffle future generations. Until then, let these pages serve as our confession an acknowledgement of trespasses committed in innocence and ignorance. May all mistakes prevent others from treading similar paths. After all, the universe has ways of punishing the curious. Remember the ruined cellar and its horrific secret room. Remember the nightmare beneath Fortner Hill's barren earthworms. Trust me, dear reader, you don't want to find yourself entangled in such a deadly web of deceit. Let misfortune pass you by, allowing your soul peace and tranquility, without the need to plunge headfirst into dreadful realms most prefer avoiding altogether. For just $3 a month, you can have your name featured in my YouTube videos and descriptions. Not only will you be supporting my channel, but you'll also be immortalized in the credits of my content. If you're looking for something a bit more personalized, consider becoming a $25 a month patron. I'll voice your stories and bring them to life on my channel. Create a special drawing just for you, or even write a unique story tailored to your interests. So don't hesitate. Join my Patreon community today and help me keep the spooky stories coming. And remember, together we can save each other from the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for your support.